Guys, today we'll be talking about forex margin, free margin, and equity. What we've all been seeing in the forex market, and some people have been asking, what is this really all about? Some newbie traders are just seeing it and they don't know actually what forex, free margin, equity, and margin is all about. Most beginners are using the trading view and the MetaTrader 5, and we see all these things when we deposit and when we are withdrawing, and some of us don't even know what they are used for and how to really go about this. Today I'll be breaking this down for you people, especially for the beginners. Let's start with the margin. What is a margin? Margin is a 1% a broker requires from an individual to trade in the financial market. Remember I talked about leverage, which the broker, like when you fund in or when you create an account with a broker, you see 1:100, 1:500. You have to bring 100 and the broker is doubling you have to bring 1% and the broker is doubling your 1% times the 500 you're seeing. So the 1% here that you are actually giving in and using in this trade is the margin, which you are seeing here in this red color. A margin is actually 1%, and if you are trading a market, they, like for example GBP USD, I'll enter um a position. You see that this margin here is actually locked here and it's not movable. It's actually locked here, and the floating profit or loss, the balance will appear here when you are in a trade and you are making either profit or loss. The floating profit or loss will appear here in the free margin, though you won't be able to see it. Why our margin is locked up here in this box is you can't see it, but the broker already know what they are controlling behind. So if you're in a trade, let me say for example you place a trade and you profit, like let me say you deposited 1,000 and you place a trade and you win. Let me you made a profit of about, let me say, 200. That you are having 1,200 now in your account. That's your free margin. 1,200 now be floating here as your free margin. That take us now to free margin, that I'll be explaining to you guys what actually free margin is. If example you can see here the margin 391.00. Actually, I took this trade. It was already too late, so I just had to like screenshot this for you guys. You see the position I enter, just 5555, and this is the current profit I'm making in blue. As you can see here, if it's in red, you know that I'm making loss and I'm not making profit. Let me highlight it for you. This is what I'm saying now. This is what I'm talking about. I'm actually making 3.31.59 US dollar. That's because it's in blue and I'm making profit. As you can see here, 0.50, 0.50, and these are my profits. If you calculate all this together, this is what is going to give you. And currently that's my profit that I'm making, and this is what is floating plus my account balance in my free margin. This is actually what is floating now behind the broker, where they observe this and really see how because they are there to manage your account. So this is actually what is floating, and you see sell all in red, sell, sell, sell. If it was buy, they will be in blue. We have buy, and buy will display here. You see something like this, buy in blue is going to display here. So if you're in sell, that's what displays. If you're in buy, that's actually what's display. So as will be taking us to free margin, like I said, or equity. Equity is your amount left for you to buy more currency, which is literally your balance plus your running profit. Before we're talking about free margin, what is equity? Like if we go back to the previous image, you will see here our equity. This is our equity here, and this is our balance. Okay, if you take this balance, if you take this our balance plus this our, if you take this our balance here plus our running profit, it will give us our equity, and that's still our money that is remaining in our account and it's still our buying power. So the equity is our running profit or running loss, because you can still be in loss if you take 31.59 minus, or you take 3255 minus 31.59. That will be your equity. That will be minus that, and you will get it there as your equity. Whereas for now, our balance, we are in profit plus 31.59, take 31.59 plus 3.255, it will actually give us 3.286.88. That's actually what is reflecting in our equity. So that's about equity. It's still also about our buying power that is left in our broker. So it's actually your amount left for you to buy more currency, more positions in the forex market. And like I said, it's literally the balance plus your running profit that gives you up your equity. This is free margin. Free margin is a buying power left for you to place more trade in the forex market. Like in the forex market, like for a free margin, like if you take for example, you see this free margin, you have 2,895 more positions to enter in the market. So as this is reducing, your buying power is also reducing. So you need to be monitoring this free margin for it not to go below 100. Because if you go below 100, you start seeing margin call. Like you can see here in this image, you have your free margin, which you still have positions to trade, like you're still showing a good tick, you still have enough balance in your account that you can make more trades in this market and still make profit. Whereas if you are making loss, you are in a loss, like a really deep loss, you start seeing this margin level start decreases and you start getting margin call. For margin call now, your account might be blown. And that's when you start see broker running out. Like in the first box that I placed there in the margin, you will see I drew something like this where we have our free margin here and our margin. When you are in a loss, the market cuts you off here and take its 99.9% that it offer, because we bring 1% and the market give us 99%. So when the market see that you are in a loss, let me say for example, you took trades and you're in a loss of 600 US dollar. Let me say you enter like 5 position or 3 position, and a loss of 100 US dollar, and a loss of 200 US dollar. The broker automatically closes this trade first, the one with the 600, the one with the highest loss. And as you keep going in loss, it closes this one too. And if the broker sees that you are really in loss and this account is going to blow, they just take off their 99% and allow you to be liquidated, because they don't want to make loss here. That's one function about the broker. So if you are making loss and you are going, they are seeing that you are going below this level, the red level that is showing that red, you start hearing of margin call, know that you are really in a deep loss. The broker just run away with their leverage that they gave you and allow you to be liquidated. So that's how this market function for free margin and equity that you see every day in our chart. Like if you can see our free margin here, our buying power is really still high. We can see place like more positions that we want. For our margin, the same thing, our equity, our balance also running in profit. And again, when you are trading this financial market, you should be consistent with the lot size you're using. You see some people using 1, some 5, 10. They're just using different type of lot sizes, which that's another thing that makes the broker to easily close down your trade. Because if they see you with a huge lot size and you're making loss, obviously they want to run with their 99% leverage that they have given to you and allow you to be liquidated. So if you are like trading the market, you should have a specific lot size. If you're using 0.01, you should use 0.01. If you want to like use high lot size, I'll prefer you to enter 3 position with 0.01. At least you should be consistent with the same lot size. Like me here, I'm using 0.50, and you can see 0.50 3 positions. Rather than me putting 1 or 10, I prefer putting 0.05, 0.05 in 3 different positions. So that's another best way for you to like um um master your lot size to be using in this market, and not to be bothering much. So actually this video, well, was it's more about beginner's guide. We are moving more into advanced. I'm still going to talk about painting orders in the market. If you are not in the market and you want the broker to do this for you, or do this at this time for you, stop loss, how to post stop loss, how to place put TP. So that's what I'll be uploading on my next video. Stay tuned, guys. On my next video, I'll be giving you more basics before we are moving to advanced. I'm here from basic to advanced. Have a nice time, guys. Bye.